Yeah, picture this, a fence stretching several yards out into the water, maybe 30 yards into the water here at the southern end of Buckrow Beach, separating whites from blacks. As you mentioned, it's a history that actually isn't too far off here at Buckrow Beach. On one side, it was the white-only Buckrow. On the other side, a beach called Bayshore Beach for black residents and visitors here to Hampton's shore on the Chesapeake Bay. Now, it's a history that is going to be on display starting this weekend at the Hampton History Museum. It's called Historic Black Beaches, Bayshore, and Other Memorable Sands. That's the name of the exhibit that's going to open on Saturday at the museum. We got inside the still under construction exhibit space for a preview. Here, visitors are going to be able to see artifacts and photos from a time when segregation really ruled things. So one side of the room is going to be dedicated to Bayshore and Hampton specifically. Bayshore opening back up in 1897. The other side of the exhibit will feature a traveling exhibit from Museum of the Albemarle in Elizabeth City, which focuses on black beaches in Virginia Beach and northeastern North Carolina. Now, museum curator Alan Hoylman says when African Americans were denied access to public beaches, especially in the first half of the 20th century, they often pooled their resources, creating what turned out to be highly successful and energetic seaside vacation spots.
And that's what we're here to do, is to engage those memories. There are so many people locally and in Richmond especially that remember Bayshore in its heyday. And those folks are still young enough to really have those fond memories and want to share them. So we want those folks to come join us here and remember it.
Now, Bayshore thrived throughout the first half of the 20th century with a resort. They also had a dance hall here that I'm told brought acts like Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong. The beach then went into decline in the 1960s when the Civil Rights Act largely ended segregationist policies, and now the beach no longer exists. There's actually a development here a little ways behind me where it used to be. Now, to kick off the opening of the Historic Black Beaches exhibit, there's going to be a virtual event again this Saturday at 6 o'clock, just called Bayshore Experience. It's actually an event that's been held for several years now. They've included it as part of this exhibit just to kind of get those photos shown, get those artifacts shown, and really just kick off what really is a great look at the history of this area. A lot of beautiful beaches here in Hampton Roads in northeastern North Carolina, but also a history that we don't really get to hear about too often. And so now we have this opportunity at the Hampton History Museum again, starting this weekend. Reporting live in Hampton, Anthony Sabella, News 3.